recorded onto my computer. All right, this is the official training for LinkedIn and how to set up the Sales Navigator and Duck Soup order of operation and standard operating procedure. Today we have myself, Natalie, which is going to host this meeting. Cindy will learn because she's going to perform the new, what Natalie was doing, Cindy is going to start doing it. And I also want Krista to learn it so that way she can make sure that Cindy is doing a good job with it as well. It's like the Facebook Messenger hustle, but on LinkedIn. And there's some automation to it, so it takes less man hours and work. So the reason I want Krista to learn it is because she helps overlook this department, and I want her to make she know this way she knows what to expect. She pays a lot of attention to detail, and I want to give her as much as information as possible, you know. So I want to record this meeting. It'll be quick. Let's set expectations. I have a 2 o'clock. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get it started. I'm going to make Natalie a host. So let me get that going. All right. Let's see here. Let's do this. And Natalie, click on more. Make host. All right. Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
Cool.
All right. This will be pretty quick. I'm just going to basically start from the very beginning. So this is your profile right here. Normal, everything is here.
Cool.
So messaging, this is LinkedIn messaging right here. Okay, and then right here is my Sales Navigator inbox. And so all of your outreach that's automated is normally going to go to the Sales Navigator inbox.
So can you explain that a little tiny bit? What do you mean by automated outreach? And what is the Sales Navigator?
All right, so this is Sales Navigator is basically LinkedIn's premium service, and it allows you to really target your leads better and organize them. And so there's two different, it's basically separate. LinkedIn is its own entity and Sales Navigator is separate from that. They're completely different teams, but your profile is still the same. It's still your LinkedIn profile. All right, so I'm gonna start with just going over LinkedIn and Sales Navigator, and then we'll get to how we use the automation, which is this up here in this corner. It's called Duck Soup, D-U-X Soup. Super simple, but I'm just gonna kind of describe the layout here. So you can get to the Sales Navigator inbox by going to your inbox or my Sales Navigator inbox right here, or you can go to your profile, click this little Sales Navigator thing right here, and then go to your messages right here. You have 0 unread messages, but you do have unread messages in there, so I don't know why it's saying that right there. And then the thing to be aware of is that I would always check this inbox because you're not going to get a notification in your regular messages. So you might think that you've read all your messages, but when you pop over here to this inbox, you have messages. Yes. So here's some few people that have popped up that we need to get back to. All right, and then how I'm reaching these people and why these people are in your inbox right now is we can search them through filters. So I'm just going to, I have saved searches here that we can go over. Plumbing leads was the first one we ever did. It was Tony and I together. And then plumbing CEOs and owners. I'll just click on this one. So you can see right here, keywords is plumbing, and then you can go and filter past lead and account activity. I did remove viewed leads because I don't want to be viewing the same people over and over again. And then geography, I put United States. Relationship, I would put second degree and third degree. Where did it go? Third degree. Because you can't connect with people outside of your network. So they have to be second and third degree. First degree, obviously, you're already friends with, so there's no point in reaching out to them again. Company headcount, I just did self-employed up to 50. I think that's your demographic. Seniority level, I didn't really want to waste time with anyone who's not an owner or president or something at that level, so I put CEO. They put CXO, but it's CEO, and then owner. And then you can go and do title, and you can kind of pinpoint. You could put master plumber, but what I've noticed is that makes your searches a lot lower because they're going to fit every single one of these filters. So it's like they might say master plumber and owner, and the keyword has to be plumbing. So if they have something else, like a simple variation, like just plumber or something like that, they won't show up. Okay, and then 37K results. So you have 37K leads, which sounds great, sounds amazing. I would always go over here to posted on LinkedIn in the past 30 days because you don't really want to be reaching out to a ghost. So out of these 37K, 2K have posted in the last 30 days, which is 35K people who we have no idea what they're doing. So we have here this list. And if you look at their titles, they all say owner, president, plumbing. So you have a pretty good idea. Sometimes people will slip in there that are not, like our friend Greg. And then I don't know what Vertex Services is. So, but with this little automation we have, you're not going to have to go through and view every single one of these people by hand. That would take you a lot of time. Let me move this over here. All right, so this is DuckSoup, and I'm just going to go to settings so you can kind of see if you need to change anything. Here's automated. So this is just exactly from the script. And I put company just in case on accident there's like an HVAC or something else put in there, and I'm not going to say just plumbing company so they don't reach out and they're like, I'm not a plumbing company. But you don't have to have that on. You can also turn this off, and then you're only going to view them, and they still get a notification you can view. And when you view people, you can view up to 500 people, but when you send connection requests, you can only connect with 100. So sending connection requests, I think, is more powerful just because they kind of have to say yes or no, and they become part of your network. And I see you guys post a lot and get pretty good feedback on LinkedIn on your posts, so I think it's always good. Skipping. Skip if outside of your network. Yes, you don't have the you can pay for like the highest level premium, and I think you can connect with people outside of your level, but it's really not necessary. Very few people are outside of your network. They're usually third. Skip if the profile photo is blank. You can turn that on or off. I think it's just kind of, this is to avoid people who are bots or if they're fake. But some people just don't want a photo on there. And then skip profiles visited in the past 31 days. You don't really want to be visiting people over and over again, but you can change this. So if you do want to view them over and over again, you can, say 7 days, something like that. But I'm just going to put it to the default because you have 2,000 people you can go through, so that's not really necessary. Throttling. If I'm going too fast, let me know. You can chime in with me any questions. So I don't do anything with this because if you change it and it says right here, if it's excessive, they can block you or suspend you. And I really don't want that to happen. So I just kind of leave it, and it'll snooze, pause for 5 minutes and it'll act like a normal person. A normal person doesn't just send a message every 10 seconds, unless they're really efficient. But most of the time they're not. And this is a schedule, the robot. Sometimes I just have this running at night. So I just marked that the robot can go all day long, every single day. Sucks for the robot. And then you are going to go back to your search. Here we are. Oh, it's going. I think that's why I went all the way to the bottom. Okay, so you click on the duck. And then
The duck.
the duck in the corner. And I will go over how you log in a second.
What's the duck? The duck soup.
Duck soup, yes. And it looks like a duck, but it's blocked by the number of profiles you visited.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a duck. And then when it turns off,
It's a tool in your desktop. I see. I know how to install those plugins like that too. Gotcha.
yes, we can go over how to install it because you can use the same login.
Mhm.
And then I'll show that next. Okay, so let's just do this, visit and connect. Okay. And then it's gonna skip all the ones with no thumbnail. And this is just to give you the highest chances of visiting people who will actually respond. And as we see in our list, even doing all of this and making sure, people are not that responsive. So it depends. Okay, so it'll just do it by itself. That's all you have to do. In your saved searches right here, these are all saved searches. And then lists. So my saved leads, they're all going to go into your saved leads. So you kind of you send invites to all these people and they'll be here. So there's 814 people who are your saved leads that you probably reached out to and said, hey, what's up? Is coronavirus affecting?
Does it show dates of like when you talked to them or reached out to them? Does it give you that info?
Does it have dates? It does in Messenger. So
Okay.
on the saved dates, it really doesn't. So that's why I have these lists here. Because you kind of have to hand do it, but you have to like go visit them. So contacted 2 times, contacted, schedule a call kind of thing. But you have 814 here, so you have to go through all 814, add them to the appropriate list. But what I have been doing is just, I know that this setting is on to automatically save leads. So if they're in here, I know I've contacted them one time.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then when I pull out and, if something else happens, I want to put them to the list. It's easier to manage that way. All right.
Okay, cool.
Duck soup.
Does anybody have questions?
Yeah. Anyone have questions? No. Okay. All right.
Still on? Is anybody? I didn't hear anything. Not a no or yes. Is anybody?
Oh, I said no.
Okay.
No.
No, I'm just watching them.
All right. Cool.
And then, so this is how you can get the same Duck Soup extension on yours. Just type in DUX Duck Soup Chrome extension.
There you go.
Okay.
And then go through here. Just click the first link. I already have it installed, but right here you're gonna have install. And so I'm just gonna do it for the sake of this. Remove.
Oh, it's cool. It's cool. You don't gotta remove. Just gonna.
Okay.
You just gotta understand. It's gonna say install.
Yeah.
You already did it, so I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't keep it on there.
Okay.
Because it's simple, guys. You just you click install, and literally it just installs it onto your computer.
Yeah.
On your you see where she says in right next to her. There's another little icon right there. That's where the Duck Soup used to be. You can add extensions, and they're all in there. So I have like a Facebook pixel reader. I have Loom. Loom is pretty cool. Loom is perfect for that. I have Duck Soup. I have this already on. So just click on the blue button and you'll go.
Cool.
Yes. Well, and since you guys will be running this, it'll have different analytics on each computer. So that had the number of how many people we viewed, but on yours it's going to say 0. Even though it's the same exact account, it doesn't even keep count like that. All right. And then do you want me to go over the scripts? Is basically your script, what I've been doing.
Well, not necessarily. We know the
Yeah.
part. So, ultimately, I want everybody to understand LinkedIn is like a social media for businesses and business owners and people that run business like-minded folks, literally. And so everybody's got a profile, kind of like Facebook. This thing, as you can see, is a tool. There's 2 tools that we're running here. One's called LinkedIn Sales Navigator, and the other one's called Ducks Soup. One hand washes the other. Okay, LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Give them like a 2 sentences or whatever, quick little brief rundown on what they do exactly, Natalie, and how they help and how they work with each other. Now that we've gone over it, just quick overview.
So Sales Navigator, why people pay for it is because it allows you to view up to 500 people a day and send more messages and pretty much be more professional and reach more people. And then Duck Soup is the automation that will do that for you. Unless you want to hand go through 500 people, which is pretty time consuming, Duck Soup will do that for you, message them. So Duck Soup is like the admin assistant, and Sales Navigator is how you target your group of people.
Cool. I get it. You guys all get that?
Yeah.
Right
Yes.
on. Sweet. Okay. And if you have any questions, right now is the time to do it, because the answers will be recorded and for anybody in the future to see this replay.
Okay.
All right, no questions. So what's the next step here, Natalie? You see.
All right. Next
David-
step.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Next step is, so when you go to your Sales Navigator, once they become your first connection and they accept it, they're going to pop in here. Even though they never said anything to you, it puts them in here. And so today you said this, and he added you as a friend and connected, but he didn't say anything. So what I would do is just kind of say, like, thank you for the connection. How long have you been an owner? Or, the second question there, because if you don't follow up with them, they're never ever going to respond to you. I think they kind of see that little note as like, oh, that's a real person, or they have a reason, but not necessarily they're not going to respond most of the time. But this person, they did, so then we can have a conversation with them. But if you can read these messages, most people just say yes, I'm going to connect, and then ignore you. And then you can continue to follow up with them as many times as you want until they respond. But do be careful, because sometimes you're gonna see their name in here, but you're gonna see part of their messages in your regular messaging. So I don't know exactly how to avoid that, but I think what it must be is that if they don't have Sales Navigator, some of their messages end up in the regular LinkedIn one. That's just my guess. I'm not sure why it does that. And then you can get
when you're messaging on this one and you're messaging in the regular one, is it like different like messages? So if you're messaging on this one, you didn't look in the original one, is it going to be a different message that didn't catch them? Or I might not even explain that.
No, I understand.
Okay. So are they different messages, or is it just sometimes, like you said, it goes back into the general one? So like if I was typing to them on here, and that will fall into the general one, or it will still be in here and the general one? Or I'm just confused.
No, it is confusing. If you are messaging them in Sales Navigator, there's going to be no record in your normal LinkedIn messages. But sometimes they might respond to you, and they somehow just respond to you on here. So, like, let me see if I can find this guy. I said this because we had already reached out to him and said, hey, like, how has coronavirus been going, blah, blah, blah. But that was in Sales Navigator. So when I responded to him, it went here, but it also, um, when I was in here, like I responded to him like 3 times on accident because like that was one message that just ended up going into his regular one over here. So like little things like that, I cannot understand. I don't have the answer. I
Yeah.
can, but yeah. So that was that. I think that was the only occasion. But sometimes it'll do that, and it'll send you a notification that you have a new message, but it'll be the message that you sent. So yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's not very helpful, but they're basically entirely separate. So um, that's what I've noticed.
Cool.
Oh, and then another thing, you're not going to see that first message unless you go into your Sales Navigator inbox, but you can kind of manage and kind of see what's going on by, I just did that fast, going to My Network, and then you're going to have your invitations, see all, and then sent right here.
Okay.
And then you have this right here. So there we go. And then what I like to do every day is go to your notifications and then check who viewed you, see all views, because some of these people you reached out to and they didn't connect with you, but you can always follow up with them. So this is pending. He viewed you, he didn't connect. And same with these. And if they look like a prospect that you want to reach out to again, then I would just follow up. But when you follow up, you have what's called InMail. So once they added you back as a friend and they're your first connection, you have a free InMail, basically to say like thanks for the ad or kind of say whatever you want to say. But if they don't accept you, I'm just going to go to this guy, for example, Arthur. It's pending. We're going to view in Sales Navigator. There we go. Message. And here are your, can I move this? No. It says new email using 1 out of 19 remaining credits, and you get 20 credits a month. So when we invite people and we have that little intro note, that's kind of how you bypass using your credits. And then when they become the first connection, and that's that second follow-up, you don't have to use a credit that way either. So I've only used one of your credits so far, but once you hit like the third follow-up and farther along, you're gonna have to decide who's a good prospect and who's not, and really use your credits wisely. But for the most part, the initial follow-up, and once they start responding back to you, you don't have to use email credits. It's only if they don't respond to you for that third time that you start using credits.
Okay.
But once they're responsive, then LinkedIn's like, oh, okay, you guys are friends, discuss.
That's cool. Okay, cool. That makes sense.
Yes. So
That makes sense. That's okay. Cool. So I'm glad you said that, Cindy. Krista seems like she's catching on too. Jesse is watching just on the background. He's not gonna do it. Just gonna benefit from it, and because he's our salesman, so that way once calls get scheduled, he's gonna be the one doing the sales calls. So he's just understanding where he's getting these leads from right now.
got it.
All right. Let's see here. What else anything else you need to go over for this stuff? Any rules? Any other rules?
Yes. Okay. So for rules, you're only allowed for your entire life to send out 3,000 invites. So I've only been working or doing your invites for a little bit, and it's up to like 595. So what I want to do before I pass the torch is go through there and withdraw people who I can tell haven't been active. And that way you can, I think that'll be helpful, because if they haven't been active in the past 30 days, you only have 25K more invites for the rest of your life. I don't really think that's going to help you. So that's why we go over to the Sales Navigator and say who's been active in the last 30 days. but I think that will clear up your inbox, unless you want to wait and see, because people do go on eventually, and maybe right now especially they're just, no one's really working very hard on their LinkedIn. But that's something I can do.
Yeah.
Natalie, do you know if there's like a filter or something where you can figure out like who has not responded within like 30 days? Is there somewhere to narrow down the list so I can do you know of anything like that? Like just to make it an easier, like get rid of.
The only thing I have is in saved searches, you can see who's been active in the, where is it? You can see right here.
Oh.
Posted on LinkedIn in the past 30 days.
Cool. Okay. Awesome.
So then we can only prospect with them. But when I was first sending invites, I don't think I had that clicked. So when I go through, I wanted to delete anyone who's not on that list and just kind of cross-reference them.
Gotcha.
And just so you know, I don't think plumbers ever really check this thing unless they absolutely have to, or they're just opening it, or they are an account commercial representative that works for the plumbing company that's out trying to get more work for them by hitting up restaurant owners and things like that via LinkedIn. Because the plumbing business owners, they're not on it on a regular, like every day, like they are on Facebook.
Yeah, exactly.
So if they are on it, it's usually for the reasons I mentioned right now.
Yes.
So
And
how do we work around that? What do we do with that?
that's actually a great question. It depends on industry. I think there are plumbers out here that have it, but what I've noticed is when I view their profile is that they've been owners for a really long time. So they've been in the game a little bit longer. And they have the time or resources, or someone told them about LinkedIn. But when I prospect for myself, honestly, I haven't been using my LinkedIn like crazy. Just because, like you said, it's harder on LinkedIn. But sometimes if I have a signature, I'll just put my offer in the signature and just I won't say anything about my offer. It'll just be in my signature, so they kind of catch on. But it's like an offer without offering. And that way, even though people don't respond, they know what you do, so that the responses you get, they might be lower, but they're more like the conversations you have are exactly about your offer, instead of just kind of, oh, like I'm pitching to them. Like a lot of your messages, people are trying to pitch to you their product, and that's why they're on here. So there's really no way around it besides just, when you know you're searching, really have this down to owner, CEO, plumbing, really target that instead of like sales or something like that. You don't want to have too many names in here, because otherwise, or titles especially, because people will have all kinds of titles, but like they won't actually, it'll pull up past work history as well. So it just brings in a whole bunch of people.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. So everybody that it makes a connection with, now, if we post something, they will see it on their timeline if they're ever scrolling through there, right?
Definitely. Yes.
If they post something, we should see it on our timeline, right? And so that's why I think it's important for us to just scroll through the timeline and see who's on here. And then if we see somebody that's like, why is this guy on my timeline? It's like, what's this marketer doing here? Or what's this gardener doing here? Why is he my connection? Then I get rid of him. Boom, gotta go. Only plumbing business owners. So like right now, I'm scrolling through my thing, and it's a perfect example. So can I share my screen for a little bit?
Yes, let me make you host.
Okay.
Another thing I want to just say real quick about this is that the algorithm is a lot different than, sorry, I'm trying to multitask. A lot different than Facebook, where if you post something, it's going to sit there for a long time. So you you post something, it can be there at the top for 2 weeks if people comment on there. But on Facebook, you post something, it's gone the next day. So that's nice for you if you have followers who are interested in your stuff.
Cool. That is cool. So here's LinkedIn, right? Now I'm on my own LinkedIn. I'm going on here and I'm like, okay, what's going on in the world of LinkedIn? This is my news feed. And so this Tucson plumber, what's his deal? This is something he posted. So I'm going to like it. Now he's going to get a notification. Tony liked it, right? So this guy, like, what's he doing here? Get smarter, digital marketing analytics.
It's an ad.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I see. It's promoted. So they're targeting me. That's okay. Let's go ahead and disregard that. Here's the owner of Honeybee Plumbing. He's posting. That's awesome, right? So let's go ahead and like his stuff. See, nobody else has liked it. So there's two. I'm going to pick 3 guys real quick. I'm going to go back and show you what I want to do with them.
So
Every-
let's slide into the tree.
aliens did it. So now he's getting personal. He actually posted a picture. That's funny. He's watching TV and he's like, aliens did it. I want to laugh at him. That's funny. I'm going to put the curious one. My favorite show. All right, so he's watching a show. So check it out. 3 plumbers sitting on their LinkedIn posting stuff, right? So plumber in Tucson. This is probably his website. Who knows? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, it's just his Tucson plumber. It's his profile. So I'm following him. He's got 665 articles. Wow, what are these articles, Natalie?
That's probably, ooh, he's got a lot. Let's look.
Okay.
let's,
Are
let's see.
articles? He's always posting articles. Is different from a regular post?
I think articles is just anything he posts.
So he's
Is articles a post? Is that what a post is? Is an article?
And
No, because it's post like
oh,
well, there's posts right
I've-
here. There's documents. You know.
it says articles, but the ones that, if you click on the photos, does it go to an article?
no. Oh, God.
I don't know. Something like that answer.
That's funny. So, no big deal. That's cool. So check it out. The whole point of me going on here is really just to engage with this dude. So am I able to, now that I liked his stuff, well, I'm just going to go back to my timeline because I'm going to engage with him a little bit. I'm going to say, nice mascot. Give him a little emoji love. I really don't love it, to be honest with you, but that's okay. So how many of these can I do daily?
You can do as many as you want. And actually on I did some today earlier, but there has already been new posts. So that's good. That's good. He posts all the time.
This guy here? All right, I'm gonna put, wow, that's a lot of water. Facts. All right. It's simple. It's a compliment. All I'm doing, guys, is I'm complimenting him. This is what I mean by complimenting them on their post. I'm going to like their post, and then I'm going to send them a compliment about that post. So I'm going to choose 3 people, and it's going to be these guys. They're chilling on their thing. So aliens did it. So apparently this is a show. That guy's lazy. This guy's out at work. So I'm going to engage with this guy better. Another great example of caring for, this is awesome. Oh, it's a restoration company. Cool. I'm just going to give him a little, great work. Okay, I'm going to engage with them. Vendasta's targeting me. Joshua Plumbing. All right. What's Joshua doing? He's getting reviews. So I'm going to like it. Say, nice work, bud. Bam. Real simple, huh? But check this out. Now I'm going to go back and retarget all those guys that I just hit them up. So if I wanted to go to him and I want to send him a message,
View, I would do view in Sales Navigator because I'm pretty sure you had already messaged him.
Ah,
So, um,
so I click on that one instead, View in Sales Navigator.
mhm,
If I'm ever going to send somebody a
yes.
message, I should keep it in Sales Navigator.
Yes, because most likely you've messaged them before, but if you haven't, I would just double check so you're not awkwardly sending them two messages in the separate little worlds.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is his profile here, I guess, right?
Yes.
And then, so I just click on message. How many of these messages can I send a day?
Well, because you can send as many as you want to your first people because he's already a connection.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
just it's your friend.
Okay, Cindy, you know what this means, right?
Yeah.
Yup. So this is a gold mine for us. We're going to grow our audience. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to grow, engage, and promote. That's something that remember when we learned that, Krista, over at
Yeah.
the Facebook event in
Mhm.
person? Grow. We're going to grow this audience, and then we're going to engage with them the same way I'm showing you guys how I'm engaging with them, and then we're going to promote to them. So here's how I'm going to continue to engage. Nice posts. What's his name? I liked your mascot, right? And I'm going to say a soft question. So here's, has the coronavirus, is it affected with the A or E?
8.
All right, so here's my compliment about what I liked their post. So
Hey, Tom, can you take that thing, what is that apostrophe off of this post?
I'm sorry, the apostrophe?
Yeah, you like had there's a random apostrophe S on your post.
Yeah, right there.
Oh yeah, look at that one. Jeez. Thank you. All right,
Sorry,
nice
just was
post.
looking.
I
Cindy's
like
on.
your mascot.
She got
Sorry.
it.
Good job. Has a curl. So we've been sending this message a lot. And
Yeah.
how many years have you been plumbing? You got to
Yeah.
start off with a soft question about something they posted on their timeline. So we got to go find something on the timeline. So the best thing to do is go find somebody that's already posting by
Okay.
scrolling on our own timeline. So I'm going to send them this little message real quick. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my LinkedIn. So this is the Sales Navigator and this is LinkedIn, right? And so what, at the same time we have Duck Soup going. So here's this guy. This is I'm gonna, you know what, I should send him the same exact message. I wonder if it knows if I'm copy and pasting, you know? But you know what, you can't do that because the other one's about the, whatchamacallit. So let's do this. I already wrote the comment, so let's go to his thing. I'm just gonna do this 3 times. View in Sales Navigator. So we got to click on that first, and that's going to open this up, like another one. So we'll do that. President at Honeybee. All right, check it out. We've been messaging this dude. Cool. Hey, what's up, bro? Oh, cool. Coronavirus beers is slower. That went out. Service steady. Flippers, rehabbers, and new constructions we do seems to have just stopped.
Oh, and he sent that like just a couple hours ago. So
The biggest problem I'm having is locating disinfectant wipes and sanitizer. Fortunately, we are pretty steady. All right, so now I got to give him a compliment and then ask him my medium question because I already hit him with a soft question. So what is my medium question? What am I talking about? Well, I have it all laid out here. We start off with a soft question, and this is a question that has to do with a post. I just did that. Now that he replied, I'm going to give him a compliment, whatever it is that he wrote about, and I'm going to reply with my medium question. So it doesn't matter what this guy says. I'm going to compliment it and follow up with my medium question, no matter what he says. Okay? So that's how I control the conversation. So let's do this one. I like that question. So I'm going to grab it. Okay? So we're going to go I've heard the same thing about flippers and new construction. All right, I'm just agreeing with him basically. I didn't really hear that. He's locating disinfectant wipes. I'm gonna give him something. You guys may not know this, but my wife actually has this recipe to make your own sanitizer. That's pretty cool. Way. So I'm gonna let him know. Found a way to make your own. What would you call that? A recipe?
Mm-hmm.
How do you spell recipe, guys?
RECIPE.
Thank you. And then I'm gonna hit. So that's my soft question. Instead of I'm gonna hit him with both just to throw a twist. Boom. Look at that. Okay. So there it is. And I'm gonna do it with the next guy. He's gonna reply. This guy's gonna reply. He's gonna want those sanitizing wipes, and he's gonna tell me, yeah, I need them for residential plumbing. That's the whole point, you know. Let him reply. Create engagement. So we're engaging. I'm about to promote to him. He don't know it yet. I'm setting him up. All right. I have a feeling this guy's gonna be kind of weird. I don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna. I feel like
Might be retired.
yeah, like I'm looking for plumbers that are working, not at home watching these goofy shows, to be honest with you. So he's not gonna, yeah, I'm gonna I'll like his stuff, but I'm gonna cruise right by him and look for people that are out working, you know? So this guy's working, he's getting good reviews, good one. So Joshua Plumbing, let's see what you're talking about, bud. This is the third one I'm gonna message that I'm gonna do this here for you guys, showing you an example of what else I want to get done. If you were running the LinkedIn prospecting and lead generation system for me, like Cindy is, or if we hire anybody in the future, this is the video that you're going to be watching for training. And ultimately, I like to do something that adds a little more cream to the taco, and that's sending personalized messages. So what messages are you going to send? Well, you don't have to worry about what to say. I've typed it all for you. So this guy right here, we haven't sent him anything. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with my compliment. I'm going to say, great reviews, brother. Right. I'm still going to hit him. Right. That's my medium question. So I'm going to hit him with the coronavirus thing. The corona affected you. Did it stay busy? There's my soft. So there's my compliment with my soft question. Right. I'm not telling them, hey man, you want to hire me to build your website? And that's kind of a medium question, actually, this, because I'm asking him about his company. Usually it's something to do with, nothing to do with my business. It's got to be like, oh, I like your, the post that you posted. And it's usually something to do with whatever. I mean, I guess everybody posts different things. So we just got to adapt to whatever it is that they're posting. Right. So that's all. So we sent out 3 messages. Cindy is going to do this over and over and over again and tag people. I just went through right now, guys, and tagged 3 people. Really simple.
Tony,
If I want, yeah.
can you go back to View in Sales Navigator? I just want to add one more thing because you said tag. Will you go to add tag down at the bottom? I set up this little thing to keep you organized.
It's time.
So you can tag them in case you run into them again. But for prospecting new people, I do on the filters remove viewed leads, so you don't really have to worry about looking at if they're tagged or not. But once you tag them, it'll always show up one tag, and you can look and see where you're at with the tag.
First 20-day follow-up contacted 4 times fine.
Yeah, so if you were really aggressive about it and you didn't have enough people, if you wanted to follow up with people 4 times, you kind of space them out so you're not like every single day for 4 days straight. That's the method that they recommend.
Can I ask you, can you please explain that a little bit more clear? Like, how does this work? It like enter the tag here. Like, how does that tagging work? Is it something that you've set up that, like 21st day follow-up contacted 4 times? What does that mean? I'm just curious. Like, what exactly?
So this is something that you can completely edit yourself. For me,
Mhm.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna be doing this for a month. How many times and how many days am I gonna follow up? So this is a reminder for me, but it's also kind of hard to track because you're just going to basically have to manage it yourself. LinkedIn doesn't have reminders like that,
Mhm.
but you can go over to the little duck on the very right,
Mhm.
and then you can add notes. So you can do like add note, and then you basically have to, what I would do is, because you guys have your own CRM system, but you could, if you really wanted to keep on track of this, you could either do like Pipedrive, or have your separate pipeline, Google Sheets. And that's where it gets kind of time consuming, because LinkedIn's not really helping you out that much when it comes to automating this, and DuckSoup doesn't do that either. So this is just to remind me, like, okay, this person hasn't accepted my friend request. They haven't been responding to me. Let me follow up in this amount of days or this amount of days.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
But yes, but totally change this to yourself. You can manage tag lists and change all of them. That's just kind of to remind yourself.
Cool, that makes sense. Thank you.
Yes, and then if you scroll up a little bit, Tony.
Yeah.
And then go to the little 3 dots by message. And then you can click save first. Sorry. And then you can add them to the list, and then they'll be in your saved list. So that's how you can keep track of them, sort of like a Pipedrive, is you add them to a list, and then you can go back to that list. So if you want to follow up with them in 21 days, you know that they're in the contacted 2 times already. And then you just go to that specific list.
Cool. Okay, that makes sense.
Awesome.
And I'm going to organize this a little bit better since I'm passing the torch. And I'll just write this down so you guys kind of know.
Which one should I click on right now? It's my saved leads.
Do contacted 2 times, just because you're already a connection with him and you messaged him. So
And we can edit that if we wanted to save something or
you can edit all of them.
add to another list or whatever.
Yeah, and you can just make up a list. You could write like great post list. Post a lot. You could just
So you got to
go
personalize.
crazy.
Yeah, have fun with it, Cindy. Personalize it. Use it every single day. This is something that we must use every day, and we must send out messages. I would say at least 1 hour a day, minimum.
Okay.
Out of the hours, yeah. Because if you do this, the way I just went down, like we gotta learn how to let DuckSoup automate and create new connections, so that way when we're just scrolling through our timeline, we always have some people to engage with, and Cindy can take it from there. And that's the whole point. I love these guys. This is my old job. This is where I used to work at, ARS, American Residential Services. So they're a really monstrous company. I'm always engaging with them, But like this Robert dude, this is all good content. By growing our following, we have more people to engage with and promote. Like this guy, I don't know what he's doing here. Pass the ball. He passed the ball.
Totally. And
So-
Robert's a new connection, so it's good because, like you said, you're always gonna have someone new with the little ducky going. Oh, and also, if you want to let sorry, I kind of cut you off. If the DuckSoup, if you want to like leave and let it run, just make sure that your laptop is open. It can be on like sleep mode or whatever, and it'll just go all night. But once you close your laptop, it stops running.
Okay.
So how do I run this thing? Okay, so is it running right now already?
No. So it's computer
do?
by computer.
I got my DuckSoup already set up right here. See it?
Yeah.
So what do I do? Just click on that?
Go to your sales navigator and go to the list that you want to save searches, or anything. You could create your own.
Oh.
Save searches is your where your new prospects are that you haven't connected with yet. And
All
your
right.
lists are the people that you have. Sure, click that one.
Cool. So look, we're gonna go tackle apparently 1,000 new plumbing CEOs are in here.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Okay, so sure. Now that 1,000 is nothing though. How do I keep growing that list? I guess.
I guess it depends on how many people go on LinkedIn, but go over to 2K plus, post on LinkedIn in the past 30 days.
Oh, look at that. Okay, cool. So let's go here.
Yep. And then you see your duck is green. It's like, I'm ready to go. It's
Oh,
like,
the
service.
big green.
Yes. It's so excited. Okay, click it.
He's excited. That's great. Yes, he's stoked. Look at him. He's like, it's ready to go.
And then visit and connect or visit profiles.
I like that it does that because it means all like, it's like, let's rock and roll. This thing is,
Mm-hmm.
we're doing something right,
Mm.
Yes.
Okay.
So Natalie, really
Yes.
quick on the duck, it says 10. What does that mean? That little 10 number on the duck. Is that
It-
who we're currently talking with, or?
It just means that today it's visited 10 people. But
Okay.
yeah, but it will say that for everyone that we've been on. So, we've kind of been practicing and viewing people. It'll just add like, oh, I saw that profile. So it'll just kind of add up 14 visits a day. And then you can start running this right now, Tony, if you want, but,
Okay,
or you can
so
change
what
the
it's going to do
options.
is just telling me it's going to visit profiles, visit and connect. What do I got to include custom message? Oh, that's kind of cool.
And that's what I've been doing.
Okay, so I got to click on that. Okay, can I example? Please connect to. Hi, please connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm a big supporter of your company. That's tight. And then thanks, Joe. Is Joe his first name or what's the Joe for?
I think that's just the example. They just were really bold and they put Joe there, but they should have put first name. Oh no, Joe is his name. I get it. Sorry.
Okay, cool.
So you would put Tony.
All right. Joe is. I can't edit this, so it is auto-populated. I'm assuming, or what's going on?
So you have to go to your settings, the little gear at the top. There you go. And then send connection requests to second and third degree connections during visits. The first one, turn that on.
What? Where?
The very first little bubble. Yeah, turn that on. And then that's where you can put in your custom thing.
Oh, so what's the deal with Joe? Is that because that's his name? You said.
Yeah, like that's just an example. So like, thanks, Joe. You put thanks, Tony, or best Tony. Cheers, Tony.
So it's got to be my name in there. Oh, so is it gonna know that it's my name? I just don't want to put Joe out there.
No, you start typing right now, and that'll go away. That's just the example.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, it was confusing too. I was like, who's Joe? But
Yeah,
it was just that was their example.
I gotta type it. I see. So I gotta go
And
underscore, capital N, capital F, capital N, underscore.
yeah.
Hey, what's up, Joe?
It's our lingo.
And the downside of this is you can all log into the same Duck Soup, but you're gonna have to change the edits because it doesn't remember it for the login. It remembers it by computer. So if you have a different computer, you might be using the same login. You're gonna have to go through the settings and do this too for the first time.
Oh,
Like the Duck Soup that I was using is the same as yours. It just didn't. It doesn't.
you work on water?
Understand.
I don't know. Is that a good one? Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, John? Do you work on water heaters? They're gonna think I'm a prospect, and then they're gonna click into it, and then I'm gonna make them look into my message.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So what do I do now? Save this somehow.
It just kind of saves, so you can just go back to your page. Is there anything else you want to? Anything else you want to do?
Yeah, I want to turn it on, and I want to make sure it's on. So
Okay.
duck
Go
soup
to
is
your.
saved.
Look at,
What do I do now?
It's just saved. You can just X out.
Okay, so
now the duck's red.
so the duck is not green anymore.
You have to go back to your list. So right now you're on this Robert dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then we're gonna go here,
Yep. Yep.
and then we're gonna go
But
back to you guys for the last 30 days.
yes, but if you leave this page, if you have this page open and you have another tab open, it'll continue to run. And it'll be green on this page, but maybe on the next page over, like it'll look red. It just now it's ready.
It's ready to go.
He's green.
So okay, the next thing it's gonna scan profiles, record profiles without visiting.
You want to do visit and connect.
Visit and connect. Okay.
Yeah.
So I got that. Then what?
Scan
So
profiles.
that's it?
That's it. That's literally it. So then you
Wow.
go up to visit and connect and click it like the yes. There you go. And
Auto visit.
you don't want their emails. That's why, well, the visit without connecting one is people who are just scrubbing emails. And I honestly, I've never done that before because I don't really want to cold email people off LinkedIn.
No, me neither.
So just click OK.
Okay, so I don't got to do none of this stuff here.
Yeah.
Okay. Bam.
Then it's just going. And then
That's
gonna-
funny. So
yeah.
this is growing our audience right now. This is what I pay Facebook ads for, to grow my audience, and now we don't have to build ads and do the target audience. Well, we kind of do. It's this thing right
We
here.
still do,
ultimately.
yeah.
The only thing you really have to do is make sure that you message them back in your sales navigator and follow up with people who have accepted you but they haven't responded, and then your timeline. But they're just sent. You can see it. You can even record this if you have a huge storage on your computer and you want to store it. I don't know why it just offers that. But then if you want to make sure that it's up and running, you can go to your network, all invitations sent, and then you'll see a bunch of them, and it's just going to say water heaters, and the day it was sent.
Wow. In my inbox.
In your network.
In my network.
Yes.
So I got to stay on this thing here, right?
Yes, but in another tab, you can go back to your network.
Okay. So on LinkedIn or our Sales Navigator?
There, yeah, you just were on LinkedIn.
On LinkedIn. Okay, so on LinkedIn, and then my network is right here. So here's my
Yes.
This is like the people that are following me. Oh,
Yes.
so
And
this
then
alien digital agencies. Nah, I'm looking to expand your network. Let's get rid of that guy. Media marketing. Oh, another one. Lead generation, special line home. No, got to get rid of you. That private investigator. Hey, if you grow your contacts like me, another guy. So what's up with these guys? How come I'm they're obviously sending me stuff.
well, on your profile, you have I optimized it a little bit, but you used to have master plumber. So if they're looking to expand their profile and they have keywords such as master plumber, they might not even know that they're trying to connect with you.
Oh wow. Oh,
Yeah,
look at-
it might be an accident.
That's knowledge.
Look at that. He automated that, huh?
Yeah, probably.
Wait, why is he looking at that? Just to accept somebody that I really shouldn't. CEO at Provisio Supply. What is Provisio? Industry leader in providing equipment, parts, accessories, service professionals. Yeah, that's fine. He's a strategic partnership for me. That's cool.
Yeah, he could be like a networker guy.
Yeah. Yes.
You have another one of those in your regular LinkedIn messages. That could be a partnership with you. I never scheduled him. He dropped your phone number. I was gonna mention that to you today.
Was it Jeff? I'm just gonna drop that. Okay. Go back. Business developer, but no. Yeah. People you may know with similar roles. Look at that, all kinds of dudes. But this thing's connecting for me. So
Yeah.
Now what do I do? I just,
Okay, go to manage.
where's manage?
No pending invitations, manage on the right.
Right.
Oh,
Top right. Yeah.
then what?
Sent.
Sent. Okay.
There you go.
So this is the ones that I'm sending out, and they just gotta eventually. Okay. Oh look. Hey, what's? Oh damn. So it already sent out 598.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
over the time period of, I just run it every day. I sent 598. Not everyone has responded. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrub it for who has been active in the last 30 days. I'm just going to like run all the saved leads through that and then delete them so you can continue doing the ones that have just been active. So if, for example, you're approaching that 3,000 connection level, it's only 3,000 people connections that have been active. So there's a higher chance. And then, it'll be a lot better for you.
So how come like this one's getting like a credit collections guy?
That's a great question. Sometimes they have a keyword in there that makes them pop up there. And I think it's because LinkedIn will also pull up their past previous work. But that's like so far in between.
This is our
Like
client.
that David Berkwin, like who is he? He's not a plumber guy.
See, if I sent that message to my client, hey, what's up? Do you work on water heaters? He's like, dude, you built my website. Maybe that's not the best question to put in there, huh? Maybe the coronavirus thing. Well, I guess it's good to test different things, right?
And like you said, if you end up on one of your clients, you can just apologize. Like I went back to Mike Reed and I was like, sorry for being awkward. And he was like, it's all good.
Yeah, he's cool. He knows what's up. And just let him be honest. Just say, hey, so I work with Tony and I'm running his LinkedIn account. No big deal. He said, what's up? Any questions, guys?
No.
Nope.
If you have any questions, you can text me or call me and we can like go over it together if you have a hiccup.
Okay, I have a question. So,
Oh, one question really quick. I'm sorry. So the InSales Navigator, that's a plugin, or is that something I'll have to log into, or how do I get into that part of it?
Once you log into Tony's LinkedIn,
It's
it'll
already there.
automatically, it'll be there. It'll just
Cool,
be on the very top right of his profile. It says little sales navigator with like a compass, I think.
Okay, cool. Okay, awesome.
LinkedIn, sales navigator. Where is it? Compass, right here?
Right
Yeah,
there,
is
yep.
that a compass? I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a little compass. So you click on there, and then it opens up your sales navigator, and then boom, you're here. And so this
Cool.
we got to be sending all the messages through here. And then while you're sending messages, let Duck Soup automate and go get new plumbers. Right? Yeah.
Yep.
Do that an hour a day, Cindy, and this thing
Yep.
will grow. Right?
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
As you're going through our timeline and engaging with all the plumbers, make sure that Duck Soup is running so that it's growing our audience.
Yes.
Tomorrow, when you do it again for 1 hour, we're going to have new connections. So there
Yeah.
are new
Yeah.
people on our timeline and stuff,
Yep.
and just use our formula to engage with them, which is, I call it the messenger hustle.
Mm-hmm.
You send the soft question, then the medium question. No matter what they reply with, you're going to give them a compliment and then hit them now with the hard question. No matter what they reply with, you're going to compliment that. And then you're going to pitch Strictly Plumbers by sending this very specific message that works almost every time.
Yep.
So you copy paste that message. If I helped you generate more plumbing leads without overspending, would you be open to having a quick conversation with me for free? They say yes or no. By then, it's like, great. It took me 5 messages. I'm either going to waste my time or I'm not. So they say yes, great. Time to schedule the call. Have this calendar link opened and check to see their time zone. And basically go through it from there. Hey, let them know our availability and go back and forth and fill in the blanks. and schedule it, right? So
Yep.
the soft, medium, and hard questions that lead to pitching the business and scheduling a call. This is our little, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hit combo. It's actually 6 hit, because the way you're going to generate a soft question is, this is something that has to do with their post. Remember, we're going through our timeline, my own timeline. So if I go to home and here's my timeline, this is with their post. Remember, I sent this guy a picture. I said, hey, I like your mascot. So I'm coming through soft. I'm not coming through like, hey, let me help you generate leads. They're tired of hearing that. So this makes sense, right?
Yep.
It makes sense to me. During this meeting, I was able to understand, I already know how LinkedIn works and what it does. Now I understand what Sales Navigator does a little more in depth. And I also understand that Duck Soup basically connects with us, or connects us with plumbers, and sends them a little invite. And it does it for us automated. So that's awesome. As we're engaging and we're spending 1 hour a day on this, we know that we're applying 5 hours a day to LinkedIn. And that usually generates a lot of leads and sales. Would you agree?
5 hours a day or 5 hours a week?
1 hour, if we did 1 hour a day.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the 5 hours a day?
Yeah, I
Right.
understand that.
1 hour a day. You basically engaging with the guys that are already our connections by looking through our timeline and liking their post and commenting, then writing them a message about it with a compliment and a soft question about their post, and going from there.
It'll go fast.
It'll go
It'll really
fast. So I just go through here and tag all these guys. Like their post, write a comment, send them a message. Like their post, write a comment, send them a message. Like their post, write a comment, send them a message. I would just do that over, and it's like tagging people, and boom, you just, in 1 hour, you're probably going to hit like 30 of them or something like that.
Yeah.
You may, something, I don't know, maybe a little bit more, maybe 20 of them. But I know that if we're tapping 20 shoulders daily of my ideal client, one of those guys is going to turn around and go, hey, what's up? What's up? Yeah, let's chat. That's how we do it. So this works. Any questions? I have this down. I feel like I can run it, operate it. I don't know how to set it up. So, Natalie, is it okay if Cindy or Krista or myself contact you here during the rest of our trial period to ask you questions about how to set it up, how to optimize it, and any other technical questions?
Definitely. Just ping me, or I'll drop my number in there and you can send me a text.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you.
Great work, everybody. Anybody have questions?
No.
Negative.
I'm solid. Okay, cool. Let's get out of here. Have a wonderful day. Let's do this. Natalie, you can do your thing. Krista and Cindy and Jesse, let's definitely stick around and let's talk about every day, almost every day, every work day that Krista works with us, which is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. At 12 o'clock, I like to have a meeting with her to talk about everything that's going on, because it helps me stay in the loop. I get extremely busy. I get bombarded with a bunch of back-to-back meetings, and I have a billion things in my brain. So we're just going to continue right into our meeting. I know that was kind of unexpected, Krista, but remember during our last meeting, Natalie had mentioned something, and so we scheduled an appointment, and we decided that she is going to move on, and she's going to teach us the skill set, and we are working out something. So that's cool. We're both getting taken care of. She's happy with what she's getting. I'm happy with what I'm getting. And this is the official training video, and it happened that fast. And so I'm flying with it. You know what I'm saying? I got to roll. I'm rolling with the punches. So let's do it. They're good. They're very, very good. I'm very happy this happened, and I'm very pleased with Natalie's performance and what she's teaching us, and this new channel that we're able to develop new leads from, And so the software, I think, cost me what, $79 a month, and then Duck Soup is like $12 a month or something like that.
Yep. I think it's 14. Yeah. It's pretty nice. It's pretty worth it.
So it's about $100 a month, almost 100. I just keep that thing on. It's a part of the budget, part of our marketing budget. And then now I'm going to be paying Cindy to go in here and engage with the people that we are growing in our network. Everybody clear with that?
Yes.
Mhm.
Awesome. So now that also Krista understands what is LinkedIn, what are we doing with it? What the heck is Sales Navigator? What's Duck Soup? You know, who's doing it? Now it's very clear. So she's going to be watching and helping, or I'm sorry, basically helping me manage Cindy in that department, just overlooking, making sure that the gears are spinning. The reason I want that is because Krista really pays attention to detail, and she's having me overlook all of our social media outreach, lead generation, and branding. And so she can't do everything, and neither can you and me. So we all have different responsibilities. And when the team works, the dream works. And I love you all dearly. And this is a good meeting. I'm glad we're having it. Krista, next part of our meeting, usually at 12. Well, you know what? Let me stop recording this so that way it's done. This is LinkedIn Sales Navigator and Duck Soup training.